Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is MSL round of 16, a match between Xellos and Canata. The map is Python. I already know the results of this match, unfortunately, because I did this entire commentary last night, but just didn't like the quality of it, so I'm going to try to do it again, mostly because of my scratchy throat, which is still kind of lingering. You can hear that right there. So Xellos is starting at that 6 o'clock position in blue, and it looks like Canata is at the 12 o'clock position in pink. Pink again. Alright. Anyway, Canata, I really like Canata. I think he's a little young, though. He's still kind of new. He's still trying to establish himself. And really, I think when he becomes a flat-out consistent player, we're going to see him go deep into the MSL in future seasons. However, at the moment, I think he's still kind of inconsistent. But in this matchup, I'm really expecting great things out of him because, as I've been saying this entire time, he plays up to his opponent's level. And in that last match, Xellos didn't play perfectly like his kind of old school days, but he definitely played extremely well, and it was an excellent matchup. I expect to see the same here. Just a really ferociously awesome matchup. Just so you know what's on the line, whoever wins this match is going on. They're going to end up finishing, or basically moving on in the MSL. Whoever loses is done, period. I expect who's in the next grouping that they'll be faced. They're either going to be facing Nalra or 4GG, and I really expect Nalra to come out on top in that grouping. And between these two guys, I think Xellos would stand a little bit better chance against Nalra than Canata would. And Xellos, I think, would definitely be able to, you are the best, would definitely be able to beat Nalra, simply because Xellos has a lot of experience under his belt. He's seen all the cheese, and really, Canata a little less experienced in that regard. I think he's still vulnerable to kind of cheesy tactics, and really, it just takes time to kind of get over that, to beat that. It looks like an early. Oh, I'm sorry, just a barracks out of position for Canata. Or for Xellos, I should say. They're both kind of doing the dual build here, and it'll be interesting to see how they adjust their strategy when they see the distance here. Python is very much in terran on terran matches dependent on dropship play, and I'll have to give this to Claz. Claz loves this map. It does create more interesting terran matches simply because it tends to come down to dropship battles, and you'll see just back and forth dropship action, both scouts coming out. Wow, Canata going straight for Xellos' base. That was an interesting maneuver. Instead of kind of doing the clockwise or counterclockwise, he decided just to go straight south, so that's going to give him a slight advantage. Simply because he's gonna realize the distance between the two players way before Xellos does, and he'll be able to adjust his strategy. He's gonna get a spot in the base, and it's very possible, I think, that Canata will have his ramp blocked before Xellos gets up there. Xellos getting that factory down looks like Canata is just gonna lift his barracks immediately up and take off. He's getting his factory down as well. And Xellos now, he's going cross map instead of doing the clockwise rotation, and so he's going to end up seeing Canata last, and that's a bit unfortunate because, well, as soon as he sees that, he's going to know that there's that large distance. So we'll see if he decides to to kind of switch strategies, and really what we'll be able to see, if I was expecting something, one player might decide to go raids early, but really I would just expect them both to just go straight into dropships as quickly as possible, and it'll be a race to see who can get the dropship out. Looks like Canata already has that SCV in position to put up a secondary. Instead of opting to kind of go 2 Marines out for Xellos, Canata not producing any Marines, deciding just to go for that early expansion. And really, that's a good maneuver on Canata's part. He knows that he has that distance there. I'm pretty sure he's going to expect that Xellos is going to be producing dropships fairly quickly. Looks like he's going to produce a single vulture and push down into Xellos' base. 1, to deny the scout. 2, to keep Xellos kind of on the defensives. And Xellos has also gone an expansion. It's just a few seconds behind because of those 2 Marines, though. So we'll see how that kind of plays out in the long term, whether that is a large advantage for Canata. Canata actually holding that vulture back. And you can see the barracks passing in the night. But once those 2 barracks come up, they'll both have a better idea of what's going on. 2 vultures out for Canata, actually. So about even, 25 more resources for Canata versus Xellos, and I don't think that's enough to make a difference here. Machine shop going up for Canata, and second factory going down for Canata. That's an interesting maneuver. I actually expected one of these players to go early into starports, and really, yeah, he's just trying to hold that front, trying to get that secondary up. But Xellos doing basically the exact same maneuver, has those 2 vultures, has those 2 SCVs. So really, they're going to be producing very quickly. And wow, Xellos also going for that early factory, or that early second factory. I expected one of them to go air. Canata has his secondary up. Xellos doesn't quite have his secondary up, but Xellos in the meantime, there he has that starport going down, and he has that armory going down. He's going for quick tech, and that's going to put him a few seconds in front of Canata. He's not going to be outputting as quickly economically, but he's going to be just a few seconds ahead in tech. What I expect from Xellos right here is he's going to produce 4 Goliaths and just go dropship hunting. He's going to try to get a dropship out, try to go into Xellos' base, get a backside drop, and basically try to hunt down Canata's dropship. Looks like he has a tank out. I don't know if he has siege tech going. He was attacking that barracks of Canata, basically trying to force that scout back. And really, Canata should be careful with that barracks, with those Goliaths going up early for Xellos. If Xellos can take that barracks down, that could really set Canata back if he doesn't get his 2 factories down. And really, that's kind of, it'll be interesting, because if that's out in the open, what Xellos could also do is if he takes that barracks down, he could force a very quick basically Canata will want to get those 2 factories down very quickly before he loses that. And it looks like, I think Canata might sense that happening. He's trying to move it over to that water artifact. He can't just move it up the middle and expect to keep it protected, so he's going to try to move over to the water artifact and protect it that way. Canata, interestingly, a little miscue there, lifted off his starport. In the meantime, a dropship almost out for Xellos, and that is exactly what Xellos is doing. He's going to go after that barracks. I think he's trying to force Canata to basically go put down 2 early factories, so he will be way ahead, and he'll be able to get that drop and hunt that dropship, and really kind of get the aggressive advantage. He's going to be able to push into Canata, where Canata will have to fall back and keep his base defended. But that barracks doesn't look like it's burning, and it has managed to get over that map artifact, so I don't think Canata is going to put down. He has put down 1 factory, kind of a little bit out of panic. He is putting down that 2nd factory. That's going to slow him down a little bit against this drop, while he's increasing. Wow, okay, yeah, 4